And it is
Tuesday.
It is the last podcast in April. But we won't be here next week because we'll be driving back.
We will be driving. But we shall do a podcast on Wednesday because we have to meet together to return the vehicle.
Yeah, so Corey and I are going to CookieCon one day before it starts and heading back the day it starts. Like how we timed that one out. Apparently, Corey's got a kid.
Got a kid. Needs to eat.
So, jumping right into a quick intro.
Quick intro. Hey, we're Corey and Heather, the twins from Sugar Cookie Marketing, a group on Facebook geared toward helping you grow your bakery online. You've made it to the podcast. Welcome. Every Tuesday, we drop a little marketing know-how nuggie.
I don't think we were ready for this. Were you guys ready for it? Because I wasn't ready for it.
It's a good day, man. It's a good day.
Our last name is actually Miracle, which is one, I'm going to say, adorable, but two, hard to make reservations. Mm-hmm. And three, I was trying to buy a used car part. And a dude messaged me, he was like, what is your real last name? And I was like, unfortunately, you've been blessed.
Someone asked me for my husband's name, and they're like, okay, Mrs. Jones. I said, no, different last name.
Mrs. Jones.
Miracle. And she's like, oh, I said, look up these names. Would you change your last name? And she's like, I wouldn't.
When I lied to your veterinarian about being you, I said that my husband did not take my name, but we were working on it. Turns out I don't have a husband or a cat. Or ethics, apparently.
Apparently not.
At least she probably saw me from a mile away. I'm a terrible liar. No poker face.
No
Look at my eyebrow.
Face. The thing is, you have to tell a lie that's
more Botox.
semi-close to the truth.
I heard a little
piece of the truth in there.
Sociopath. But I heard people who tell lies that are very close to the truth are more believable because they are telling
it's a little bit. You don't feel sweaty.
Follow us for more lessons on lies.
When my son lies, it's so...
Yeah, he has
it's on his face. I don't even need to know. I just see
I'm surprised he doesn't end the lie with, this is also a lie. That kid cannot lie.
He cannot.
He cannot. Can you?
Yeah, I do the little part of the truth. So my husband will be like, are those new shoes? No. I've had these for a while. But what's your definition of a while? A week?
You mean you don't wait until they leave and hustle them into the closet? Like an insane person? Okay, good to know. So jumping into today, speaking of lying, I guess we can tie this together.
Yeah, I guess we can.
We want to talk about, actually in the world of internet marketing, this is one of the most expensive words you'll ever hear, reputation management. The reason why it's so expensive is because it is to do. The easiest way to manage your reputation is to not tarnish it in the first place. But nothing in life is perfect. You and your clients may have differing opinions of what the color mauve is. So you may find yourself having to manage the older reputation. So we've come up with 7 ways.
7 ways.
7 ways to help you manage your reputation online specifically, because that's what we do, but also in person. Don't go hit people.
So we've actually worked with a couple of clients who needed some reputation management. We won't work with a client if they're too far gone.
Like once if we had a limo driver guy, and first thing, you do the introductory phone call. What are you looking for? This, that, and the other. Erring on the side of also, I want to get in front of bad reviews. There's bad reviews, so you look them up and you're like, oh my goodness.
To an extent, we can bring it. Marketing brings people to you, but what converts them is, your
It just magnifies what is.
It does. It does.
So if we have a toxic business owner, well, marketing is going to be the magnifying glass of that toxicity, and you can't outmarket a bad business owner. You just can't do it. It'll catch up with you. So you see a lot of, this is why I always say when we rebrand, it's always iffy because it gives the vibe that you're trashing the brand to start a new one.
It does. I knew a mover truck gentleman, and he got into a word battle with this customer, and this customer sent them and their entire friends group and just left horrendous reviews. So he ended up abandoning the whole name and just restarting what looked like a new business.
One prospective client, they ended up not signing with us, a carpet installer. Uh-huh. I was doing a little background research before the introductory phone call, which I actually don't think we ever did, but it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Turns out the ex-client had left their review on Yelp, and the client was, they explained their side pretty great in this Yelp review. Here's what I want to make sure. Sends the email to the sales manager who sends it to the business owner. The business owner did not check to see that the client was still copied when the absolutely scathing review of this client's personality, he replies not knowing the client is copied on it. So the client did copy and paste that into the Yelp review.
Yeah. Just imagine if your thoughts became words, became a forwarded email.
Okay, so let's jump into reputation management. We're going to call this podcast Watch Your Receipts. Corey thought it'd be a nice play on tax day. I think we all still have PTSD.
Listen, I owe
from tax
a lot for taxes.
Uncle Sam said hi to a lot of us.
He said, I'll be seeing you later this year.
He said you guys were worried about that. Was it 1099K form? Regardless. Okay, so watch how you respond to reviews. Again, I know we harp on this one, but the likelihood of me reading any 5-star reviews is 0. But the likelihood of me sorting by worst first
filter.
Let me see.
On Amazon, I go straight to 1 star.
What did you not like?
Yeah.
So what I want to always say is watch how you respond to reviews. You want to, again, give yourself about 24, 48 hours. You don't need to reply to something.
Yes.
I know we talked about this other client gets a bad review, something about the dog in the store and it wasn't allowed to have a dog in the store. Okay, whether the dog's allowed in the store or not, whatever.
Yeah.
Client, was like, well, it's not allowed in the store. But what he wrote back just left him wide open to quite the broad. Well, fortunately, Corey, you can edit responses on Google My Business. Do you know you cannot edit responses on Etsy?
Yeah, I heard that.
Great. So Etsy knows what you said is what you meant.
Yeah, yes.
But watch how you respond to reviews. So if we have a very negative and a very opinionated review, what you don't want to come is with that same energy. You want to come with facts. You want to come with diplomacy. You want to come with rising above.
Odds are you're not going to get that customer back. They had a bad experience with you. They're letting other people know their bad experience with you. You're no longer talking to that person. You're talking to everybody else who finds you after.
What does everybody else want to know? They want to know that in the event of a bad situation,
that you've been seen, you've been heard, and you've been understood.
Thanks, ex-boyfriends. But in a way, Corey's right. They want to know that if something goes wrong, it's not going to be mudslinging in a review comment section. Even if the ex-client mudslings, can you diplomatically say, and wow, talk about the people who will buy from you after this. Thank you so much for that feedback. I will take it into the kitchen and implement it in the best way to make my business better.
Love to see someone who cares as much about my business as I do. Thank you so much
stay
for
out of it. You can go ahead, go write your scathing reply and print it off. Let your husband read it. Do a little dance with it and throw it away. And then go and write the reply that you don't mind to be read. Probably turning now. I know what Corey and I are thinking. Local bakery.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right. So, dude who runs it loves to get in weird battles.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever his fault.
You can tell that his ego is tied to his business, unfortunately. But if someone doesn't like your cake, it does not mean they don't like you.
And it may mean they don't like your cake, and other people do. And some people don't like cilantro, and I'm one of those people. It's just we have weird taste buds.
Yeah.
Cilantro tastes like soap to like a subset of the population.
40%.
Hello. How about you? Cilantro?
I don't know. I don't think it probably tastes like anything to me.
I wouldn't order it out of like.
No, I wouldn't be like.
I was with
"Can I have a
somebody
plate of
like, "Can you
cilantro?"
add cilantro?" Like, you're tasting it. You're tasting the grass I put to the side. But yeah, when you see his name pop up, it's popcorn inducing. Like, grab your popcorn, read the comment section, but it is never positive.
And it's never just like hearsay. It's not someone be like, "Can you believe he said this to me?" No, it's a screenshot.
Yeah.
It is a screenshot of an email he
Back
sent.
to those receipts, man. What you say on the internet, which we'll talk about in a second, lasts forever. But back to reviews. Don't only respond to bad reviews. Respond to all reviews. Respond to all reviews with the same level of detail that you'd respond to a negative review. No one wants to see that you only do in detail responses to negative reviews, and all the positive ones is like, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
THX. Thanks.
Heart.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, like, for the positive reviews, almost if they have a matching writing style, the same depth of detail, the same length, the
To
same
me,
care.
when I see someone who writes a long positive review, I want to give them the time and attention, because if they're taking the time out of their day to write that, imagine what they'll do in groups, or if someone.
Oddly this morning, Google had said, people are looking at your reviews. So I clicked on it and I was like, wow, the lack of business owners who reply to my stellar reviews. I got like a like.
It makes
like
me
a thumb up.
offended if I don't get a response.
I'll go back and delete this. Don't try me. I'll delete. I'm petty enough to delete a review from 5 years ago.
But then the moment they get a bad review, it's this long booklet, a pamphlet they've written out and printed.
And pretty accusatory. So you may be thinking, because I know everyone says all the twins do is run for the refund. No, we run to keep the reputation clean. The refund happens to be the tool. But when it gets to the point that it's already left as a review, now you got to do damage control, or as I like to call it, damage control.
Demolish.
So when we have damage, what we need to do is address their feelings. Everyone's feelings aren't valid, even if you don't agree with them. Even if they're different than yours and you remember the things differently, as the therapist said in the marriage counseling that ended up in me breaking up. You guys are standing on two corners of
just diving into your relationship.
All about conflict management, whether it's with your relationship or your relationship with your business.
You managed the conflict or departed from the conflict?
I secretly think. I asked her, I said, hey, Marge, you think we're going to make it? And she said, I'll never tell you. But if you don't, you'll know it. Okay. I know. Anyways, what she said is, even though you guys had the same argument, you're actually standing on two different corners of the street and telling the police what you saw. And it's a wildly different experience for both of you. So you got to understand, same with the bad clients, client's bad experience, the bad client.
You've been stumbling over your words.
So when a client takes to a bad review, how was their experience? Whether or not it's wrong or right, it is what they experience. And it's hard to wrap your head around those types of what feel like injustices.
It does. And I tell my son, your feelings are your feelings. They're yours. I can't take them. I can't change them.
You can't diminish them. You can't belittle them. You can acknowledge them because that's what their experience was. Whether or not you agree with it, it was their experience. So what we want to do, again, like we talked about, you want to validate them. Hey, I understand if that was your experience. Wow. And then this is what that Marge lady said too. People often don't want you to tell them they're wrong. They want you to sit in the mud puddle with them. Yeah. And a great way to do that is, I can't imagine how I would have felt if I... And you're saying, but I'm blaming myself. No, you're acknowledging that if that's what they think that happened, no wonder they're upset.
Yeah, for sure. You're not being less of a person, less of a business owner. We all mess up. It's a human thing.
I almost want to Google this while you're talking. Somebody in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group worked for Chick-fil-A. Can we say that Chick-fil-A has great customer experience?
Chick-fil-A has great customer experience.
So she had written, I'm just going to pull it up because it was that valuable, and is that she said when a client is upset, they use an acronym. And she was please delete if not allowed.
What
and I was
was
like,
the
delete.
acronym?
Chick.
I saw Rip Current had one. It was like Rip Current's acronym was like,
what is Rip Current?
Be calm.
Being sucked on. Oh, when you get sucked. I saw that post.
Parallel.
I saw it with the picture of what a Rip Current. I was like, that looks like a wave to me. Okay, here it is. It's Becca Walker. Thank you so much, Becca. It's the HEARD model, HEARD. So she says, I see a lot of posts asking how to reply when a customer is upset. I've worked with Chick-fil-A for years, and this is the acronym we use. I thought I'd share it. HEARD, H, hear, to understand. Hear the customer's issue with the intention of understanding. Let them get it out, and figure out why they're upset. Ooh, love that one. It. E, empathize. No explanation needed. A, apologize. This doesn't mean taking blame, but a sincere apology can go a long way. And R, recover. This is where everyone will be different. Do they need something remade quickly? Do they need a partial refund? Do they maybe need a discount on a future order? I always try to recover with refunds as a last resort. Sometimes it's best to just do it and get it over with. But if you can recover without a refund, it's best for everybody. I do agree with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
At Chick-fil-A specifically, I'll ask people, I'm so sorry you had to wait so long. Can I get you a cookie or a milkshake? Or what can I do to make this right for you? If you imagine if somebody asked me, what can I do to make this right for you?
With a milkshake?
Obviously, if you ask, you have to be prepared for what they say and how you will want to respond if you aren't able to do what they're wanting. Great point. Don't offer a full refund if your heart's not in it. And then the last one, D, for delight. This is where Chick-fil-A differs from most places. Most places stop after they feel the guest or customer is recovered. Yeah. Chick-fil-A specifically wants to go out of their way to delight the guests as well. This might be making a couple extra cookies or delivering them instead of making them come to pick it up. You do this when you make order mistakes. You deliver it.
I do.
You could even make a couple little coupons, 10% off the next order or something like that. The options are endless. Now, there's definitely still times. There are definitely still times this is followed to a T and the customer will still be upset, but I found this still helps a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's all we want in life. We just want to be heard.
Yeah, we're not covert clients trying to get one over on people.
No, if something is wrong and you can voice it, it takes so much out of you to voice a frustration. It is an awkward conversation, but sometimes you feel so wronged that you're like, I'm going to bring this to their attention. And to be dismissed after that, it'll be a cold day in a hot place before I come back here.
Yeah. Yeah. When silence is not acceptance. So when somebody doesn't apologize to you, now I can't relieve that emotion. I can't say, well, it's okay. You never said you were sorry.
Yeah.
So now I can't say it's okay, but they're not saying they're sorry, likely because they're afraid that I will say it's still not okay. And that's a risk you got to take. But again, it's a business, not an emotion. If you can remove the emotion out of it, if you can have an oopsie budget, it's not going to hurt your feelings as badly.
Yeah, level-headedness. Sometimes, that's why it's good to have a baking bestie that you can be like, can you believe this client said this? Get it off your chest. I always run it by my husband. I'm like, tell me how this sounds.
I just know it's about me.
It's definitely about you. I hate Heather. How does that sound to you?
It sounds good.
But to have someone you can bounce it off of and be like,
let the energy run out. You are hurt as well. And you're allowed to be. You're just not necessarily allowed to be in their direction.
Yeah. But if whatever is in people that as soon as they get a bad review, they feel like they have to jump on it. And I think we're just trained to you got to put a fire out right away or it'll grow.
We are, yeah. So something Corey and I will kind of spot in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group, love your guys' post, please don't shop it, is that this person doesn't want a solution, they want validation. So it often will be because you've already replied to the client, there's not much more we can provide because it's already done.
Yeah.
At this point, maybe it's just trying to recoup a little bit of your dignity because you yelled at somebody. But I'd be like, you don't want us to tell you how to respond to the client. You want us to tell you that you were right in what you said, and it made the client more upset. And now you're
to
worried.
Me that you're questioning it.
Yep. Yep. We've all been there. We've all been there. Did I do the right thing? So what I want to say is exactly what Corey said. Bounce it off somebody who is uninvested. Don't find yourself a yes man. We don't want somebody who just tells us what
I will
we want
say
to hear.
some bakers like to side with other bakers just because we know how long things take.
I was recording that photo organization class today, and there's a slide, and it's called the Dirty Delete, and it says delete a majority of the photos from when you first started. You will not use them to sell.
Rude.
But I said, why this is so hard for the person watching this class is because you don't see the picture. You see the emotion and the effort and the time and the experience. And I did this and I ordered from here and that. So deleting that photo is so emotional. Whereas somebody like me, because I'm cleaning out your photos for this.
Rude.
And I'm just delete, 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 delete. That one's ugly, delete. This one's 5 different times, delete. Because there's no emotion in it for me. And what I'm doing is I'm focusing on the better in the business, which is Corey's hard drive. And I'm able to delete that because it's non-emotional for me.
I will say I deleted an ugly Mother's Day cookie I did 50 years ago.
I said, you know
what? I'll never post this again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said too. So I posted a screenshot of the slide in the Cookie College and I said, y'all are going to hate me. But it says hey, delete it. You're not going to turn around and say, here's an ugly cookie I did 5 years ago, but it has a color purple you wanted. Interested? No, you're going to find something you did 2 weeks ago that has nothing to do with your set, but it shows off enough of the skill and says, hey,
you have no emotion in my photos because you didn't do anything for them. So it's easy for you to delete.
Ugly. Which is what I was doing.
I got some Uggos in there. I got some Uggo sets.
I challenge people, if you're not in the Cookie College and you're still interested in photo organization, that you can delete probably, if you're in this a couple years, 3 years, 4 years, you can delete all of year one. You're just not going to use it. So what about my Throwback Thursday? It's already on your Facebook. You can download it from there. No, you don't want to slow down your hard drive because one Throwback Thursday idea you may have. These are going to hate me. Okay. We said, watch out how you respond to reviews and address all the reviews. Definitely give as much energy to the positive ones. We don't want to look like we're only triggered by negative ones.
Schmooze them.
Schmooze.
Yeah.
Make them feel so good about
That they'd
having
be like,
lecture
I
review.
want that again, so I am going to say it again.
Incentivize the behavior you want to share.
Yes.
Okay, internet fights. If you like, this is a crazy one. There's this dude that's in a Facebook group and he loves to argue, but he also is doing business through Facebook. But he gets banned so much from group fights that when he goes to sell, he can't.
Yeah.
Then don't get in the group fights. So if you want to get in internet fights, one, risky click. Facebook's AI is connecting a lot of these profiles now. So if you say, well, I'll just argue, I think it's connected to your IP address. I think it's connected to the multiple profiles. Now it's creeping over into Instagram.
Yeah.
I would say take the internet fights out of it.
I would say, say it in your head, not through your fingertips.
You know what they call it when you type on a keyboard? Keyboard warriors.
Oh, for sure. And odds are you're not going to change the other person's mind.
You're just going
through
to
typing.
further, if you don't know how to argue like a lawyer, you're just going to further cement their differences between the two of you. If you want to truly be good at internet fights, ask somebody why they think that way with no defensiveness included.
Yeah, I was actually listening to the radio on the way in, and they were like, yeah, don't ask people questions. Ask them their opinions. What do you think about this?
I saw I was watching these adult men yell at each other like little children.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, if all that dude said would be like, hey, how did you come up to that number? I'm so curious. I think I might be missing something. One, you completely disarmed everybody.
You made them not defensive. You didn't say,
but you're also leading them to the fact that they may be wrong, but non-defensive.
Yes. Everyone wants to be approached that way.
This old car outside, I just know, I don't know how to work on cars or anything, but like when you move the front wheel, when you turn it, you can see that there's a little hole access point for the fog light to change the bulb.
Yeah.
So in this Facebook group on how to work on these cars, some guy said it wasn't easy, but I took off the whole front facade of the car to get to the light bulb.
Oh, no.
And the first comment was a man saying, please don't tell me you took off the front bumper.
See.
But this dude defends is up. And he's like, what do you want? You're not even my dad. But what would you have done? And the guy said, where the wheel is, there's a small hole, son. Because, well, I'm glad I took the bumper off. You can see it just escalated and escalated. When you can true wordsmith can lead someone to the realization that they are wrong on their own accord.
Yeah. What's the issue, though, with the world out there now? People will be like, they need to know they were wrong. It's my job to tell them that they're wrong.
Okay, if it's your job, great. How are you going to lead
how
it in the way
your bills
they want
with
to hear
that?
Oh, absolutely. At the end of the day, as much as you want to get in that argument about that thing down the street that happened in your small town, if you can't post to Facebook for the next 30 days, will you be able to eat? Then don't get in the argument.
Yeah. It's, to me, an argument's never worth it. Unless I am unless the argument's with my husband over what dinner is, because that affects me personally. An internet argument, it's not, no.
And if you still say, I really like internet arguing, well, then learn how to argue without arguing, because then you'll win everything without creating any.
But if you don't know how to argue without arguing, do not link your Facebook page
Back to the
your personal profile. I love getting leads because I'll do a very informative comment. Someone's looking for someone to help mow their lawn. I'll say, here's the guy I use. And then if they click to my profile, oh, I saw you made cookies. I was looking for this. It's a natural lead in with no sales whatsoever. It's not like my full-time lead source, but it's natural. And if they stalk me, they can say, oh, she makes cookies. She's local.
With the ability to search in groups now, it's kind of really eliminating the anonymity that you're like, I'm your happy cookie lady. Like, you can't argue with somebody and mudsling in one comment and then turn around and act like the merry old Evan loving baker.
I know. The other issue is this your next point? What lives on the internet?
That will do. Yeah, that one's our last point.
Okay. But that's true. If you don't, I would say try to separate yourself from internet arguments. It's not worth it. They're not paying your bills. You should not be that passionate about it.
And likely you're not going to convince them. Whatever we can do, whatever we can say right now to disarm you from internet fighting, pretend we said it and don't internet fight.
But some people are they're blinded by passion.
They're blinded by passion. However, you've got to pay your bills.
If you feel, because you guys know I'm on the stress less journey. If you feel a cortisol spike,
step away.
You got to. You're involved way too much.
There's something that it's triggering. You know, a lot of that comes from probably undealt past trauma, and
Yeah.
you're letting this small person on the internet that you don't know trigger that. By yelling at them, you actually don't have to address your own trauma. You can cause it to somebody else.
Yeah, but
You can
is
scar
it
them
worth
for
it?
life. No.
Cortisol is proven to lessen your life
Our
length.
dad
Oh yeah,
he's finally started. We've said it for years that he's going to be in an early grave because his severe chronic low grade stress. He's a business owner as well, so you know.
yeah.
If you know, you know.
But he loves being stressed.
He loves it. He loves these small. But then all of a sudden, the last Saturday and this Saturday, we go to our parents' house, and he has started. And you can see he's finally asked the question: how do I stop this? I am unhappy with the amount of stress, and he's like sending us links.
But
to
our mom
YouTube.
says he's too far gone.
I
It's all
think-
he knows. Now.
I think he wants it enough. I have faith.
Stress affects your gut health. When I was the
It affects
stress
your capillaries.
in my life, when my husband left me, my hair turned gray. It really did. I was sprouting gray hair.
Oh, wow. Could be like a new trend. I kind of like
It
it.
made me even more mad at him.
Yeah, I was listening to Andrew Huberman, which I subscribed down to it, and he was talking about hair regrowth. Great little podcast.
I've been on a
Minoxidil.
hair care journey.
Yeah, did you get the micro needling
No,
for your
not
head?
yet.
I was
It's-
thinking
I
about
know I
it. It's
need
in my
that.
Amazon
I
cart.
know.
I'm moving it back and forth. In and
In
wait.
and out,
Save for
in
later,
and
save for now, save for later. Anyways, he said that his dad said, and he said, I have no proof of this, but my dad said, don't go to bed stressed because your cousin was so stressed one night that when he woke up, all his hair had fallen out because that's the way your body responds to stress.
Yeah, bodies do not like stress.
No,
they
fight or
do
flight
not.
was like, you got to fight a lion.
Yeah.
But now we're like 2023 and the lion is traffic on 95 and it's all the time.
Yeah,
And if you don't learn how to manage it, you're slowly killing yourself.
you
I think
are
it'll be-
slowly get the window tint so you don't get mad at people on the road. They can't see you. You can't see them.
Yeah. There was people firing at people on 66. Just quite a few instances of it.
Not gonna be me, man.
No.
I only got a 4-cylinder, so we're only going
Here's
so
my
fast.
thought. Here's my thought. My thought is if you have your cortisol under control, you let people merge in front of you.
You do
Uh-huh.
because it's not worth it not to.
Because you're like, I don't need it. I'm not late because I've already left early. I don't need this because
Yep.
I've already handled it.
Yep.
I'm not going to risk my
Yeah.
car because I don't want to.
Yeah. Amen.
People are like yelling at us now.
cutting people off, swerving.
Yeah. Okay. So we have, this one, I don't even want to get into the drama of it, but I'd be lying if I didn't watch Cake Gate myself.
Okay.
Okay, God.
Okay, I did watch it.
Okay. I
Took
know you
over-
did.
I
'cause
had
you sent
to.
it to me the second it happened.
For sure.
This is Courtney. Do you have TikTok downloaded? No, it's not Friday. Okay, when you download it, can you watch it? Can I show it to you right now?
Let me just tell you, I'm a lurker. You'll never see a comment from me.
Smart.
You'll never see me like anything.
Smart.
But I will read absolutely every single word that is a part of something.
Okay, I
It's
believe
just
it.
my lurking. If you don't know, Cakegate happened on TikTok. It was somebody
Don't feed too much energy.
somebody
to it.
who complained about a client on TikTok. There you go. Now you
Okay.
take it over.
So that brings us to the point: is don't put your clients on blast. It's just not worth it. You may have the worst client in the history of the planet. Here's my promise to you: it'll all shake out.
Yeah.
Corey and I had this client for years. For years, we worked together. We had a pretty good relationship. Then, and if you're wondering why I ever preach against scope creep, it's this client specifically. And I finally enforced the contract. I said, hey, I'd be happy to do that. We'll just have to amend your contract. Know that everything we teach you guys was because we learned it the hard way.
We learned it the hard way.
When I said that to this client, the reaction was over the top.
Oh,
I think it included, I'll never give you another red cent.
and I also think there was a threat in there.
There was
there
a
was
lot
a
of
threat.
expletives.
But then what's crazy is Heather said, okay, this will be the end of our contract. We'll roll you off. She said it as nice as could be.
I said it as professional.
As professional could be. Then he emails me and not Heather. So we could buddy up against Heather. He's like, you are always my favorite twin. Bro.
Lady, she's going to tell me. Anyways, years have passed since we had that client. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't petulant enough to still lurk in the same groups because we do work with a local Bible. And he announced the closing of the store.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, aren't we so glad we didn't get in the mud pit with pigs?
Yeah.
Because it all shakes out. And I can promise you that that client was probably wretched and they probably mistreated you. And you probably have every right to think the way that you do. But I want you to know their whole life is the repercussions of acting that way.
Yeah.
So I always look at people and I'd be like, I would love to put you in your place, but your life will.
Yeah.
I don't have to take that on myself. It will happen on its own.
But sometimes you're like, I just want to turn
It would be great. It would be great. But like, and I'm not sure the fallout of CakeGate or whatever, but essentially putting a client on blast, the client came back and then it escalated. More energy was added to it.
Is the client had receipts, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, watch your receipts.
Name of the podcast episode.
So, I would just say if ever it's a question, the answer is don't.
Yeah, complain to your baking bestie.
Go get you a little brunch. Get you some mimosas.
Hey, if I'm having a hard day, I go to Smoothie King and get a pineapple surf.
I go for a long walk.
Okay, I like mine better.
Yours is delicious. Maybe not nutritious, but do something to give you space from the event to allow you to cool down. If you want to treatle yourself, go treatle weedle yourself. Yeah. If you want to pet feed, go pet feed. We think Phoebe is going down.
But she's like 29.
Yeah.
She's a little kitty. Okay, what's our next one?
So sorry. Got distracted by Phoebe. So in the SEO world, coming to our next point, the last of the three, reputation monitoring is staying abreast of your reputation across multiple platforms. So just because, and I know we talked about this other client, they got a tipped with a client of theirs. So we got a client and a client's client. Mm-hmm. And that client's client made them profiles on other websites so that they could leave them bad reviews. Yes. So keep an eye on it. Searching yourself on Google, Google Alerts. So I think it's alerts.google.com says that every time Google indexes a web page that has the keyword that you said, so use quotes around it, it'll ping you back with an alert saying, hey, just, this has been mentioned on the web and includes the keywords that you wanted us to monitor.
Occasionally I'll look up my stuff on Facebook, just, the name of my business, just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Nextdoor is also a place that you want to just keep eyes on. You don't necessarily have to Yelp is long lost and forgotten sometimes.
Yelp's filtered reviews. A lot of times those are bad and good, so just know where your clients' heads are at.
Sorry. It's time to pick up my child.
Are you? I thought you were getting your haircut.
Nate's doing it.
Oh. Can't use that line today. Sometimes you think that Corey makes up when she has to pick up her kid to get out of things.
You guys have a child. Make ambiguous soccer.
Some people would be like, does Corey actually have to pick up her kid? I said, you know what
Sometimes
I know.
you just need to get out of a situation.
So be aware of the different platforms. It's called reputation monitoring. There are websites that can do this for you, but if you're not looking to spend any money, a quick Google search will be enough. If you do feel like a client, right now there's only one website you can toggle your reviews on and off. It's Facebook. If you do feel like a client is irate, give them some space from your reviews. So you can disable your reviews tab for now.
And you can also turn off the ability for someone to post to your page,
highly
which I would turn off as well.
So again, we don't want to combat our clients, but also if we don't have to give them the mic, let's not give them the mic. So be aware. I'd say maybe do an audit per quarter if you want.
Yeah,
Google search, Google incognito search. You can also search a term in Facebook. If you're in a Facebook group that somebody has made the comment about you, will likely pull that in. Okay, now here's the big takeaway. I'm actually going to move that one to the end. Branded cars, branded clothing. Branded cars, please talk to your insurance first. That's not what this podcast is about.
Sometimes I didn't know people read my shirt, but that lady at the gym read my shirt, brought her friends to cookie class.
Yeah, so don't get in a fight at your kid's baseball game while wearing "I'm your cookie lady" on your t-shirt. Not the vibe you want to give out. That you can't do both. You can't be a professional parent boxer
and neighborhood cookie baker.
Right. Like we had to have the branding match up. What is disconcerting, and I don't think people give enough credence to this, is if you put out this, I'm really nice, but people can feel that you're not, it creates a sense of distrust.
It does.
It does. You don't know. Your clients aren't sure, but they know something is not as it's changed.
Something's a little off.
Something is not good. And what you'd hate is for it to get confirmed.
Yeah. So if you have your bumper sticker on your car, don't cut
let them merge in front of you. Let go and let go.
Sometimes when I see somebody speeding and they have I'm like, okay, mental note.
Okay. Why did you get our company name on your license plate? I thought that was
I don't speed. Speeder McGee.
Once, I was walking into a restaurant and some guy said, you're a police officer? And I said, no, I just give him something to do.
I would
Corey
never
and
look
I-
at you and be like, she looks like a police officer.
You
That
couldn't,
never
you couldn't
even-
understand what I said.
Yeah, no one can understand what you
No,
said.
I said no. I am not a police officer. Although I told Corey, if we ever get out of sugar cookie marketing and marketing in general, I'm going to be a police officer.
It's because my husband's a police officer, and the stories, man. If
I
you're
love
like,
them. I love them.
I'm bored and I want to know someone else's business,
Imagine legal nosiness.
legal gossip,
Not only can I hear about it, I can involve myself in it.
assert myself.
Oh, I would love
People are
it.
calling me to the gossip.
911, I'm on my way. What'd you say she said? Oh my goodness, what did you say they said? How did that make you feel? What did you say back? Okay, so yeah, if branded clothing, branded cars, watch the reputation that you're putting out. What we don't want is like, yeah, that might be some cute cookies she's got on social media, but check this out.
I know. And you know what? It's happened to me more times
We've
than
got
not.
fights at the soccer meets.
Yeah, no, there are people that stop me randomly, like in the grocery store. Oh, what does your shirt say? I would never stop someone to read their shirt, like if I can't see it when I'm like,
You always have to do the side dance. Like, what is that?
yeah, I would do that, but I would
that?
never be like, hey, I couldn't see, under there. What is that word? Cookies.
What kind of grocery store are you going to?
Listen, Safeway, man. Someone's like, can I have your phone number?
The
You seem so
Unsafeway.
fun.
We need Piggly Wigglies up here. We have Wegmans, but can't afford it.
Wegmans is great.
Wags is great.
Okay, go on to our next one.
And then the final one is what is said on the internet never goes away.
This is so stinking true. That person we were talking about earlier, who's a local baker who likes to, get in tiffs with his customers, they screenshot everything.
And they keep them. I don't know if they have a folder organized for like receipts to drop when necessary.
Yeah, so what you say lasts forever. Whether you say it in a group, whether you say it on your page, whether you say it in something that's hidden that you think there's no way someone could find this.
I always say, write as if you wouldn't be embarrassed if it was read to you in a court of law.
That Heather will live by those words.
Because how embarrassing.
Even when I talk to my ex-husband, Heather will say, how would you
He's a
feel?
police officer, so.
My ex-husband.
Oh, sorry. He's not a police officer. Yeah, like the same thing to court. Imagine in the worst case scenario, somehow anyone can sue him, a civil suit.
Sometimes when I type an email out to him, I'll send it to Heather and she'll like rewrite it for me.
Dearest ex-husband, I hope this email finds you well. I've written to you today. But yeah, act as if it'll be there forever because it will.
You don't know who's watching it. Us lurkers out there, me. Guess what? I'm screenshot and send it to Heather.
I want if they're like, we're sorry to inform you, Heather Miracle has passed away. Here's your telephone. I'd be like, enjoy the gossip. I just read.
You just don't know. You don't know whose feathers you've ruffled, unbeknownst to you. Who's just waiting for you to mess up.
Guarantee for unfeather ruffling is to say nothing that rustles feathers.
Ruffles. Rustles is also
Rustling. Jenny's.
rustling of the leaves.
Yeah. So if you say it on the internet, imagine it is there forever.
Forever, man.
There's a new law they're trying to pass. I think it's in Europe, but they want in America the right to be forgotten because the internet never forgets.
Yeah.
So they're saying like, what if you were charged with something but weren't found guilty? Well,
that's going to be what pulls up when your potential employer.
I think there's even an ad that's on Gams Cable, and it's like Reputation Defender, and it'll be this guy saying like it'll be this like, hey, yeah, so I got the job. Yeah, Mike. It's terrible acting. Not that I know how to act, but it'll be like, yeah, Mike, about that. We searched your name and we found some stuff. Oh, that's still out there? Man. And then you
What's
call
out
them.
there, Mike? What are you doing, dude?
Why is it now? So just imagine if you type it, you're saying to the world, I don't mind seeing this for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And I will say, remember the Tumblr drama a few podcasts ago? They did interview her, but now when you search her name, that interview's what shows up because it was on Insider, which is a big old
that's what I
website.
read about.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
KK's on Insider too.
It is. It's true. It's true. I was looking to say that.
But yeah, really go out of your way to watch your receipts. A lot of us, that was funny. In the SEO world, people would be like, hey, my client needs some reputation cleanup, reputation management. What's anyone charging for this? And one guy says, write a blank check because that's what it's going to cost you. That's how expensive it is to clean up a reputation online.
When me and my husband were going for custody of my son, I took in an email that he had written, and my lawyer said, that he wrote this and sent it to you. This is an open and shut case.
Corey and I were, I don't know, probably talking about a murder, I guess. It's usually how we pass the time as a non-police officer. But everything is recorded. There are cameras everywhere.
Everyone has a phone. It's always out.
Sometimes I see like people getting in arguments in parking lots.
Yeah.
And I think, how embarrassing if you had to rewatch yourself in this light.
Now
again.
TikTok's new thing is to have something happen, but to get as many points of view.
That car accident?
Yeah, as possible.
Didn't I send you something and there was a lot of perspectives of it? I don't remember what it was. I sent you a bunch
there
of
was also
money
that
TikToks.
It's not Blackwater. What was that Black Mirror episode where everything was caught in? He's just trying to put out fires.
Yeah. Oh, with
Yeah. Yep.
Black Mirror is a crazy show on Netflix. If you want to go find it'll make you think twice.
It'll make you think twice.
So watch your receipts. Watch your. The easiest way to manage a reputation is to not tarnish it in the first place. It is hard to clean it up. It is hard. I don't want to say it's impossible these days. It's so difficult.
It is so difficult.
You can always change your name.
Yeah, but then you even said that to have your Facebook page be like so long, and then like you have a new page and it's like, "Hello, did you just open?"
One client rebranded, and immediately us copied on the email. Somebody's like, "Did something bad happen?" Like, we're so attuned to the fact, like, change the name, pretend it didn't happen, that people are they're looking for it.
Plus all that work you did to get your name out there.
It's starting from marketing ground zero.
To me, when someone has to change their name, I'm like, all that marketing effort. Yeah. All that brand awareness.
Now it's all, I mean, you did it with the whole rebrand, but you weren't too far along. What did you do that you wanted to abandon? The crumbed cookies.
I crumbed.
Burn the name. So just keep that in mind. When it's out there, it's out there. And then you either have to be really good at lying and denying, or you have to rebrand. So that is a takeaway for this. Now, Corey and I will be at CookieCon next week, so that means the podcast is not on Tuesday. But what did I promise the transfer people?
CookieCon.
I haven't set it up yet. So in the month of April, if you're listening to this in May, don't go bother looking. It's over. Appreciate you for trying to keep up.
Wait, how many more days do we have left?
5 left. 5 transfer sheets.
You're right.
Day left.
You're right.
So every day this month, I've given away a free transfer sheet.
We got snowmen. We got hats.
Those are the most two recent ones.
I'm trying to remember.
Stamps, love letters, lips,
stamps,
Christmas trees, presents are coming. There's a lot. There's carrots.
You did carrots.
Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Pies.
You did pies?
Uh-huh.
I missed it. Diamonds.
Diamonds was an extra freebie. Balloons. Balloons of many shapes and
balloons.
Ungrouped together, you dirty-minded folk. But what I promised people is that on the last day of this month, is there 30 days or 31 days?
I'll look for you little schnickle
On the
bean.
last day of this month, I will have put together a URL.
30 days, you're lucky.
So on April 30th, cookietransfers.com will be configured to get every single one of the transfer sheets that you may have missed this month. It will only be up for 24 hours. After which I've decided, a couple people actually asked me this. They're like, hey, I kind of like this vibe. I like the way you make them. Thanks, guys. Can I buy them? And I said, yeah, I'll do the $2 transfer club. $2 a month.
$2
and
a month. How many transfers do we get each month?
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
so 2. Hey, that's cheap.
But you get every one I've ever made.
Oh,
so
wow.
even if you miss
that's
it,
honestly a deal, guys.
And you guys are going to love this. You'll
I don't
not have to use Google Drive.
my own horn. But if you think one transfer sheet is about $250 to $450 on Etsy, if you get all the ones she had, which is over 30, plus 2 each month, the transfer club.
$2 transfer club, $2.
$2 transfer.
Why wouldn't you? But sign up, get everything, and then cancel it. $2. I'm going to do that in the first day of May. But the last day of April, cookietransfers.com will send you to a Google Drive folder where all these transfers will be accessible. Please learn how to download them.
Listen, if you don't know how to download them, you better become besties with someone who does.
They're out there. There's some tips. I have them all still pinned in the Sugar Cookie Marketing group.
The chaos that Heather has caused.
I did not know.
When she posts those up, and my phone starts blowing up of people being like, sad face, I didn't get this one. Link is dead. See that one all the time.
Yeah, it's because you guys have iPhones and we're using Google Drive. So why I know you guys are frustrated with me. Also, the carrots are still in the file section because I said if you got us to 10,000 page likes, carrots are yours. So that one's there.
So since I ended up being able to download the diamond one.
Yeah, I don't know what people are doing, but it is something to do probably with the, when you download something, it says, do you want to use this one time or forever? I think it's something that setting is confusing.
I will say it was
people.
weird. It took me a few clicks of stuff.
Yeah. So if you have an iPhone, the reason why, and you might be saying, can't you just use the Facebook file section? No, because I have to get them to expire. And I schedule a lot of these posts out. So
you see how Heather's brain works? Makes it difficult for us all.
Yeah. I figured this was a crash course for some of you guys to learn how Google Drive works. And you're welcome.
Yeah.
You are welcome.
Yes.
But on April 30th, cookietransfers.com, just purchased a domain name 2 seconds ago.
How much did that such a minute?
$9. Yeah.
Oh, it's not a hot commodity.
No, not a .com. I was going to say 5,000. I needed the $5,000 transfer club. I would have done cookies with a Z, transfers with a Z. But cookietransfers.com. And then after that, on May, you can join the $2 transfer club and get all these and new ones for as long as you feel like it.
Nice.
Really fun.
Nice. Transfers are my new fave thing. I did the word Duncan.
Why did you want the diamond? Who'd you use it on?
The wedding set.
But where? Did I see the photo?
Honestly, they were too big.
Really?
Your diamonds were ginormous.
It's 1 inch.
I need them smaller than that.
We got to say that when you ask for them.
I thought you knew that.
I've done him always 1 inch.
This big. Yeah, yours were like that big.
An inch.
I need it that big. I need a variety of sizes. A variety of sizes would be.
I gave you it on a ring. It was even mounted.
Of the diamond type.
Someone asked for overheads.
Yep, for those ring box cookies, you'd want that.
Yeah,
since the diamonds are come a little bit
maybe
harder
I'll do
to
smaller
find.
diamond transfers for tomorrow.
If you just did like small ones, a little bit bigger,
oh,
bigger,
geez,
bigger.
thanks for the permission.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you sure I didn't have little ones at the bottom? Corey.
No, ma'am.
I swear.
Ma'am,
I got them pulled up
whatever
right here.
it was not small enough for what I needed.
Where are you? My waiter diamonds. Nope. I did not make them anymore. I can clearly see I lost interest. But because I'm selling those, I have to make the icons myself from my brain.
She does.
Turns out I didn't know what a diamond looked like. When I looked at what I made,
Really?
I was like, what is this? I had to Google it.
A diamond?
I said I need to get proposed to.
It's got a weird little side thing.
Yeah,
a lot of people
making
forget
an
that.
angle.
Yeah. It's not a triangle.
No. So we'll be at CookieCon, and it's sponsored by Heather Brookshire, who will actually be at this CookieCon. She has changed her plans.
She will.
And she'll be roomies with Amy, who's the moderator.
If you're there,
you know they call mod.
She
they
will.
call modmins.
She'll delete. She'll delete anybody.
I
there.
want Amy to wear a shirt that says Rule 5.
Yeah,
No selling. But I think it'll be cool. I mean, how long? You and I have a 7.5 hour drive. Bonding. I want you to make a playlist.
Me and Heather usually have a car song. It'll be a theme song for whatever trip.
Okay,
It was Justin Bieber last time.
When we left CookieCon in Florida, the one we spoke at,
Yeah,
was the only one we've been to.
uh-huh.
You just have that, like, I'm kind of tired of this trip,
Yeah.
and I'd like to be in my own bed. And Corey and I looked at each other, and it was 9 at night.
It was.
And I thought, what a thoughts.
But we were like I don't know, we were on cloud 9 and thought we could take that.
You know what
adrenaline.
stresses? Like, it's such a positive feeling, but it's also still exhausting.
That's what it
Turns
was.
out we did not. And we had just watched the Cookie College 3 days before.
Yeah, we were running off in no sleep, so I ended up looking up questions to get to know somebody
I didn't
better.
tell them. We ended up driving through the night. So
We
we
did.
decide to leave at 9. We pack up all our stuff. We find the car. And we're like, let's do this. I've driven through the night, but turns out the last time I drove through the night, I was in my 20s, not my 30s.
I've never driven through the night.
Yeah, okay. Corey and I finally get so tired. We've listened to the same Justin Bieber song. If I hear that Justin Bieber song, I immediately transport.
PTSD. I'm so tired.
And then Corey started asking random questions that she found on the internet site because we were trying to stay
Questions
up.
to get to know somebody better. Not that I've been with her for 34 years. Finally,
Wait,
I know the answer.
We have not missed something. Then our son, he's like, okay, I got to tag team out. I got to take a nap. So pull off at like a Sheetz or something, get gas. Corey takes a photo of me sleeping, sends it to my mom. And then, and I only slept for 30 minutes.
I was so tired.
Did we stop for lunch the next morning?
There's no way.
No
we
way.
did.
I don't think so. El Charos.
El Charo.
So that'll be CookieCon. It'll start, the real official CookieCon starts on Wednesday and then runs 4 days. If it's your first time, if it's your fifth time, it's such a blast. And I think that wraps. I think we have a couple Facebook Lives on Farmers Market coming up. The farmers markets have just started opening up in our area. I think people are psyched.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's a cookie college?
You tell me. This time I did it last time.
The Cookie College is a repository of courses to help you grow your bakery business. It is our baby child. We spend a ton of time on it. What we try to do is
dropping
make
mad
it
freebies.
Yeah, man. What we try to do is make it easy to understand and as a baker would relate to things. So instead of you having to just Google things and try to think of it like, how can I translate this to baker terminology? We try to make it easy so you don't have to do that extra thinking. We also make it easy because we've made the courses a little bit smaller so you can actually say, I want to work on copy. You can actually go straight to the copy course and you can take it and then you can learn what you need to learn versus having to sit through 5 hours trying to be like, where is the part that they talk about copy? So we make the courses easy to access, easy to understand, that don't take up 50 million hours of your life, but that if you take them, you're going to learn something that's going to help you grow your business.
That's the goal. Work smarter, not harder could be the theme of most of the classes there. And I got a bunch of people who have reached inbox zero and have tasted of the sweet nectar of a non-stressful inbox.
What's also great is the Cookie College gets everything. So everything we make, all this transfers Heather's talking about, you get that in your membership.
Cookie Class Kit's about to drop. You get that as well.
Guys, I spent
We're stoked about this one. Walk us through what we got.
So June is a beachy theme.
So just to not confuse people, the June class comes out a month before June. So this class will drop by the end of this week in preparation age for preparation age. I don't know. I was listening to a documentary
on preparation age.
It was the guy said it. I don't know. It was Trial by Media. If you guys want to go on, it's on Netflix. Very interesting. That said, our June class comes out a month ahead of time. That way you can start filling classes to teach this in June. So you could teach it obviously in May if you wanted to. It's a beach theme. Walk us through it.
Teach this one all summer long.
This was a good idea.
We got a yellow polka dot bikini, but it's a one piece because bikini was 2 extra cookies, so we just wanted to do one cookie. So just imagine.
I guess you could just trim it out there if you wanted to make a bikini.
You could just not, but that was
ice it.
2 extra steps, and I said not
Fair,
today. We have a flip flop with a wet on wet floral design on it.
I saw that little Hawaiian flower.
Beach umbrella. Because
Fun.
you need a beach umbrella, a wave, which I think turned out really cute.
I had some doubts about what that was going to look like.
about the wave.
But is it wet on wet as well?
It is wet on wet part of it, yeah.
That for the crest.
The wave crest. Next, what else do we have? The cutest pair of heart sunglasses.
Those are very cute.
Adorable. There's one that I'm missing, and my brain just, what is it?
Okay, I got it pinned in the Cookie College.
I know, I've made it.
If you're thinking, okay, so just to break this down, the Cookie College class kits or the Cookie College kit, is that Cat one?
Yeah.
He has a short little intestinal tract. Okay. While I look this up, the Cookie Class kits isn't a kit to teach the class. It's everything you need to teach the class. So you don't get any physical things from us. You get all the digital downloads, the promotion, the photos, the copy and everything. But you'll order the cutters or the STL files from
Sweeping Olive,
who we partnered with. So, okay. I'm going to tell you which one you're missing. I'm going to tell you which ones you have and see if it triggers or not. A yellow polka dot bathing suit. Flip-flop with flower. A beach umbrella. A wave. Sunglasses with hearts. Okay. To try to give you some hints.
Okay.
The sunglasses is the same color as the cookie you cannot remember.
Seashell.
There it is. Yeah, so I'll be working on my side of that, which includes the PowerPoint steps to teach this.
Yeah.
Are we teaching this class?
Yes.
We're doing it in June?
It's going to be a fun one to teach.
Okay.
That
is a carpet people again.
It's just an automated message. Go ahead and chit chat.
I want to see if it's in. There's no way.
An automated message.
That's insane.
I know.
You know what I was thinking? So Corey's getting carpet installed tomorrow in just the basement. However, the automated message for this carpet installer, this is the 3rd time she's gotten it. It's annoying, but talk about knowing what's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a person.
10 and 2
10 and 2 and have your furniture moved, or there's an additional charge, which I was thinking about. if you want to charge somebody an inconvenience fee, you have to let them know that it could come if they don't do X, Y,
This
and
is
Z.
what she did when she talked to me on the phone. Do you have anything down there that would need to move? I was like, oh, there's a small little desk down there, which is just my husband's desk. She's like, oh, I can add the furniture charge for you.
I see what you
no,
did
I'd
there.
rather not.
You see how she made it a feature
Yeah.
and not a
Uh-huh.
like, okay, I went to get Botox the other day. I think I mentioned this. And no offense to the front desk lady. It's clearly she's just the front desk lady. She's not the business owner. But I was like, hey, how much does microneedling cost with laser? And I made some jokes about things being very expensive. So clearly, I'm price conscious here, right?
Cheap.
So what would you do? Cheap. What would you do? You should brace me for all the things that's included before you deliver the price. So she's like,
This is where the 3 easy payments of
3 easy pays. All she says is $35.50. That's all. Those are the whole words. Not $3,550. $35.50. And my brain is like,
$3
wow.
million?
No, I was thinking like, surely it's not.
$35?
I'm like, surely it's not, but surely you also didn't just nail me with 3,500 abbreviated.
She did.
So my brain was like, either it's astronomically expensive at $3,500 or it's the basement bargain deal of $35.
Right.
The business owner's daughter was sitting next to the front desk lady and immediately says, that's so much more affordable than the other places in the area. And it includes 3 treatments and the laser resurfacing as well. And I was like, whoa, hard pass. But that would have been nice before I got hit with the $35.50.
It would. You can tell who works on commission, man. Because I would have been
Yep.
saying, oh, the price of youth?
Can we even put a price on looking young forever? I guess so. But at the basement bargain of $3,000.
This is a bargain.
This is how I would have said it. And I love this price anchoring. I would have said a standalone treatment is this, but if you buy a pack of 3, you can actually save you this.
Yes. But you have to buy today because this will triple tomorrow.
Right. Like, whoa, I did not buy today. $35.50 did not
True.
convert me to a paying customer.
What's your twin trust?
We didn't do sponsors.
Oh, let's do sponsors.
I'm going to talk about Eddie, the edible food printer. I saw Eddie make a post. They have a 4.7 review score on Trustpilot, which is very hard to get. And I think that speaks a lot to the community they've built around the product, the support they offer with their product.
Order a tray finally. I couldn't.
From
Sprinkle
who?
Factory was sold out.
She didn't have it.
No, it said.
So who'd you get
drop
from them?
Monday. It's just a random place on Etsy that says "Do not need STL file." All right.
I love you guys who give the STL files, and I did. Oh, that'll be my thing. The 3D printer.
No need now.
Well, it's just kind of hard when you don't have a 3D printer and you want one of those trays.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing. What?
My child is saying, "When are you picking him up?" It's just a copy and pasted message.
No, I
Where
can't
are you?
do.
Where are you? Where are you? And I said, "Nate's picking you up." And he said, "When? If I
Does his
knew-
watch for 3 options have those as options?
I'm sure it's like an easy
Uh-huh.
shortcut.
Doesn't he have like 12 things to pick from?
Yeah. But he can type whatever. But it's so tiny.
I didn't realize this, and I was trying to like text him to like give him. I said, "Listen, yes is pizza emoji, no
Yeah.
is throw up emoji," and he's like, "Okay, I get it." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, you can just
Pizza
text
emoji.
whatever." Pizza emoji. We haven't texted since.
Also, for Eddie, Jennifer, who's with Eddie, has kind of brought someone who's going to do a Facebook Live if everything works out. And it's Karen from TikTok. And if you've seen Karen's TikToks, she is like the master Eddie. She uses it every single day.
But she's like the minutia Eddie Prince, the things that are challenging.
She did like in Christmas, she did little stockings like that were hung by the fire, but she did little patterns on
Icing
each.
transfers.
Yeah. Yes.
Printed on it. That really
Yeah.
opens up some options.
I know.
But you really got to dial it in because if you don't, you're going to be yelling.
You are going to be yelling. So
$35.50.
we're setting that up and I can't wait. That's when I'm going to tune in for. If my child texts me the word when,
Is it
are you dead? It's not what he said.
Well, at least we know you have options. Okay. Sorry.
The next up is Royal Batch. I made a fresh batch of Royal Batch yesterday, and oh my soul, that was just so nice to work with. Nothing gets my gears going like a fresh batch of Royal Batch.
That is hard to say.
That is
Whatever you're
very
saying
hard.
is- in my brain, it's like,
It
that's
is.
hard to say.
But Royal Batch is actually a meringue powder, and it already has 3 ingredients already in it, which is white food coloring, corn syrup, and vanilla extract. So you can actually save money and not add that to it. It's delicious. It whips up smooth as butter. It's
I've heard
silky.
it is puffy.
It gives a great puff. Oh my
What is it
soul!
now?
Are you dead? And now it says phone dead, isn't it?
This is a great help.
INNIT, isn't it? I think.
Ah.
What is this child? Stop texting me. Stop
You're the one who
texting
got on the smartwatch.
at work. Okay.
Next up is, did you tell them the discount code?
The discount code is twins at checkout. I had to buy some bags. She didn't have the 5-pound bag. Can you see if she has that?
Oh.
Real quick. I had to buy a few 1-pounders.
Bakety Big Royal Batch. Now, the first person to search this, what do we think? Out of stock.
Out of stock.
5 pounds is out of stock. It's 30. Oh, wait. Hold on. The 1 pound is $32. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 pound added to cart. And the code
is twins, TWINS, but shipping is included in that price. So it's actually very competitive, and she ships to Canada now too.
No way. That's great. Thank you, Courtney Post.
Love that.
Wouldn't she be a great social media manager with that last name?
Posting
Courtney Post. Then last up is AE Core Backers. If you're looking for a food safe backdrop, I really like the concept of backdrops because it really lets you change around your photography style without doing any major restorations.
And your house looks as clean as clean as what? Clean as a dandy. Clean as whistles winner.
Why are whistles clean?
What's a dandy?
Lion?
Dandelion?
That's what I was
They're not
thinking.
clean.
Things go. There's so many dandelions when I walk, and I was like, kick it. Spread its
no,
little.
do not spread
Spread
its
its
little
little
seeds.
seeds.
I have not one dandy in my front lawn.
It takes one dandy kick to change that
My
around.
backyard, someone has kicked a dandy or two.
You just go kicking a dandy. And that, so AE Core Backers, you can look them up at aecorebackers.com. Code Sugar Cookies.
Not plural.
Sugar Cookie.
For 20%. But I would sign up for her email list. She actually dropped a 25%er off for a
Really?
few random backers
She's
just like
so
last
crazy.
week.
I like
But she
the
always
scratch
does
and
it
dent
covert.
sale.
Like you gotta be on the email list to find it.
I love me a warehouse clearance last minute.
Yes.
Give
Yeah.
me the
You know what?
FOMO.
Right before I came here, I went to Home Goods.
Yeah.
Lady drove up in the newest SUV Bentley. Me and her both walked into Home Goods.
I think it's a Bentley
You
Naga.
cannot pass up a good deal, man.
I know.
You can't.
That car is expensive.
It looked expensive, had 30-day tags on it.
Really?
Yeah, she knew. Me and her walked in together. I felt like she knew. I said, you
Both
can go
at
in
Home
front
Goods,
of me.
though. She's probably like, I could afford the Bentley because I shop at Home Goods. Okay, let's go to Twinterest. Even though I feel like we're missing something.
Yeah, we don't do voicemails anymore.
Oh, yeah. I'll look that up, which I know we're not going to have any.
Really?
I just wish people would text in because I can't. The voicemails I have to listen to first, and then I got to drop them in, which is a whole
You got to listen to them in case they're hate voicemails.
Yeah. People are so crazy. Okay, you keep talking. Oh, wait. No. Didn't get a text question.
It's because you kind of went off the rails
Fair.
and you didn't.
Fair. My bad.
If you want to tune in to our CookieCon drive, I'm going to be posting to the Instagram stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We thought it would be fun. You know what I brought? The
Oh, Heather loves to do little memory videos.
yeah, I figured that. Here's my case in point for this. You're not going to remember what you think you will remember.
You won't.
I have a terrible memory. It's my best feature because I just give up remembering. So if we can take little
Snippets.
your photos will be very low quality in 5 years and you'll wonder why you even save them.
Right.
And then you'll delete them like everybody does. But a video kind of gives you the vibe.
It's
and
a
you kinda
highlight
see.
reel. Just
Yeah.
a fun highlight. And it's just like, oh, I remember that. Oh,
Yeah.
And Heather does it for every single vacation.
We have
ever
these
been on.
DJI pockets. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
These tiny little speaking of, a crazy client got interviewed by a local news station, but the guy shows up with this tiny camera and I'm like, what? And he's like, I know. Gone are the days where we had those big
Yeah,
things.
where
Now
you
it's these
hold it
little
on
things.
your shoulder. Now you just hold it in the palm of your hand.
Immediately turned around and bought it. But now I say, like, Corey and I can record this whole thing. I'll just take a couple clips, make it maybe a 3-minute highlights reel, and we can watch it in 10 years when we are not doing podcasting.
Yeah.
What if we're doing this in 10 years? We're not. But what if?
I'll
But
be
not.
dead from my stress.
So that'll be us. We will need to leave on Sunday.
Do people like the podcast? I love listening to podcasts. I really, honestly, truly do. Not necessarily our podcast, but
Do you listen? I listen to this.
I do sometimes.
Okay.
What's
Gonna
great
need
is
you to listen.
Spotify knows which ones you listen to all the time. And like on Monday when they all reset, it just goes one right after the other of all your favorite podcasts.
Do most podcasts reset on Mondays?
Most of them post either on Sunday or Monday.
Oh, we do Tuesday.
I know.
But Tuesday just works better.
It just works better. But I do enjoy a podcast. I enjoy just listening to people chit chat.
I really do too.
So,
Okay, back to Twinterest.
oh,
Did you have one?
no, did you have one?
Yeah, I did place the order for that Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon 3D printer. I'll be very curious. I've heard many good things.
Many.
In fact, Sam of Sam's Cookie University also gave it her blessing.
Really?
She did. It's not cheap.
Nice.
And the Prusa Mini seems like a very good enough. Like if you're just printing cookie cutters, absolutely. And that one's only around $400 to $500 price point, where this carbon one is $1,500. I can't recommend the Enders. There's a little hate
It's
fest
like I
going on.
can't recommend them enough, or I can't
recommend
recommend them at all.
But it is a great printer to get started. Also, a great project for your kids if they are like probably
There's a
preteens or
local
teens.
lady who has a son who says they'll print me any cutter I need.
Hey, I'm right here.
Yeah, his turnaround's a little
Really?
faster. Well, he also
You know
charges
what's so
more.
interesting? So when I posted in the Cookie College about the printer, someone's like, "Oh, yeah, I use this." She posted she has the carbon
Uh-huh.
by Bamboo Labs. She said it printed 4 cookie cutters with filleted edges, with thick cut walls, with high quality specs. 45 minutes. 4.
Wow.
45 minutes.
Wow.
So there's just some things that money does buy, and that's efficiency of happiness. So, and then it comes a big thing about why some of the cheaper printers don't do as well is because they don't have its
Case.
what am I saying this?
Case encapsulated.
Something. It doesn't have
Humidity.
it doesn't have its own. So you want to keep the heat real high when you're dealing with prints because
Listen, when you get this, I don't want to hear one excuse
they've sent everything but the printer.
of it's humid, it's cold, bed leveling,
It
bed
self-levels.
snuggles.
Don't know about the
I
best
only hear
models.
one.
But that is my current vibe. I also got my first tape measure that I'll
A first tape measure?
Yeah, Rob took his back one.
I
Broke
have
up.
2.
This one, I know, I splurged all $20, has a laser measure on the other side.
So you can what? Not see it from how far you are?
No, like let's say I want to measure the whole room,
Yes.
but the tape measure is 16 feet.
yeah.
All I do is put it over there and I tell it, calculate yourself into this equation and touch that wall and tell me the distance.
So then why even have the yellow part?
I don't know. I guess because some things you can and can't do. It's definitely good for big surfaces, but if you need more,
I guess
like
if
a
you
direct
bend,
thing-
bend it in a 90 degree,
for
you would
her.
need that.
So
Like,
yeah, it was a 2-for-1. You just recharge it. I thought it was pretty neat.
Wow.
Did I stand 12 inches from the wall, measured with the one side, and then calculated with the laser side? I did.
And did it work?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My Twinterest is went to Hobby Lobby, Ho Baby Low Baby for those who know. And I said, Star, where are those edible gems? And he's
Right.
like, yeah, you know what? They did pull them. They will not be coming back. He said, but there's some isomalt and do it yourself. And I said, sir, you act like I'm talented. I can only unscrew a top.
DIY all isomalt kits?
Yeah, but they're hot. Isomalt is hot.
Yeah, most people burn themselves on it.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to do that in my life. So I found maybe a replacement on Amazon. Different
how-
shape. But when they come in, I'll let
Different
you know.
shape of a diamond?
Like it's more like this kind of diamond shape versus that kind of diamond shape.
I wonder if you could just heat its head and flatten him out a bit if you wanted to. I don't know how that
know.
isomalt
I
works.
have no idea.
Question. Did you finish your gold offs competition?
No.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about that.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
just
What happened?
I just don't know if we can find one that's better than Generay. So then my heart was like, meh. I will say the Generay Silver is not like the Generay Gold.
Really?
It honestly was not nice to work with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What could be so
I
different?
don't know.
How often do you get silver? I never see people asking about silver.
No, I really don't.
Oh.
Just this past order had a bunch of silver in it, and I was trying to use it, and it was a fine detail line that I needed to paint, but it was so chunky on the edge that I was just transferring chunks from the one pot and putting it on the cookie. So I brought my old TMP silver, and it was way to go.
Did you do a TikTok on it or something?
On which
I
one?
feel like you said the word TMP in a recent. If you guys want to watch Corey's reels, I find them very interesting. She uploads a random one every morning. It is Sugar Cookie Marketing _. Do you put them on the mixing bowl? Cookie how?
No.
Okay. It would be Sugar Cookie Marketing _, and some fire memes we've been dropping in between
Fire
those.
memes. Yeah.
Someone's like, I'm not sad this is becoming a meme. But is it me?
I know. I've been slacking with my reels. It's because I was posting them every single day. And someone's like, I haven't seen them in so long. No, you haven't seen them in 1 week.
Yeah, but it feels like forever. I was looking at the Facebook Insights for the page, and it's so funny how percentages hide so much information because it's like your page reaches down 60%. It was 3 million and now it's 1 million. I'm not sure if I'm offended or happy. A little bit sad. I do feel a little bit sad. What else do we have, Twin Trusty?
What do we have for Twin Trusts?
Well,
I'm
like-
getting a haircut today. How much do you tip?
Well, he's raised his prices.
I know.
So I usually try to do the 20%, but he
Okay.
raised his prices. So I definitely came in under, but you can tip with a card now. Let me do that.
No, but I brought cashies because they did prefer.
Okay.
Let me see.
So
Okay,
it would be
15.
$15. Yeah.
Can you make change for 20? Do you have a 5?
You know what? It's so funny. I accidentally did a return for Gams, and instead of putting it back on a card, I put it on my Amazon account. So I had to pay her back in cash. That includes my 5. So I know she has one.
She has a 5.
Yeah. The podcast isn't over. She just stopped talking, kids.
My brain is really trying to compute.
Give Gams a 20 and ask her for 10 and 2 5s.
Does she have a 10 and 2 5?
She does after yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow, that was hard. I had
Yeah.
a dream about math class last night.
I can't believe you're driving all the way to Ashburn at 6. Do you know that's going to put you in a ton of traffic?
I'll be going opposite.
No.
Opposite.
You'll be going opposite up until halfway. And then in Ashburn, going from 28 to Ashburn, you will be going in traffic.
No, 28 to Ashburn is opposite. Ma'am, I live there.
But I always gotten stuck in traffic there.
Ma'am. I live
You
there.
live in Woolbridge now. So we're going to take
I'm going to
Fairfax
take
County 66.
Yeah.
You're leaving from here or you're leaving later?
here.
You're going to loiter around here till
I'm
5?
going to go wash my car. What time is it?
3:30.
Oh!
3:30, 5:30. You can go on a walk with me and then you can go.
No.
I was going to wash my car outside if you want to wash them together.
wash them together. I
yeah.
don't have that much
No,
time.
wash it,
I pay for my
Wash it,
endless
wash it.
washes.
Did we talk about you saving that kid on the podcast? Yeah, we did.
You did.
There
That was
was
a story you just took on as your own. You've told everybody that
I
story.
have nothing going on in my life. I got a ruler. That's all I can talk about.
Yeah.
What else? I can't believe you didn't go to the Sephora sale. I did get
It's
your
because I already spent money before that because I did not know the Thesaurus.
The Thesaurus sale.
Thesaurus sale was starting.
Yeah, 20% off. That's a great way to trick people into spending more money because I
For
went
sure.
and this is my sisters were all hyped except for Corey. They were all like,
I didn't even
get
go. I
it.
didn't even show up.
Yeah, she didn't show up. And then I paid for summer's dinner. Like, dude, you have a job, man. Why are we doing this?
See, no, you get trumpled in there.
I got trumpled. Like, she's an adult. She's
Then
almost
why do you always
30.
pay for her?
Because Ashley was like, I don't know.
Wait,
Whatever.
you didn't pay for Ashley? You're
Me and Ashley
rude.
split the check, and Summer paid nothing.
Yeah, you guys. She's got the wool pulled over your eyes. The girl
I did
is
not.
smart.
I saw the
she
wool.
was like, "Can you buy me that candle you saw?" So then I got it for her, and I said, "Yeah, thanks for paying me back."
Oh no, Summer's the weakest link. Of
Yeah,
all the
she's like,
sisters.
"Oh, I didn't. I thought it was a gift. It was not a
She
gift."
assumed to get. That's why Summer gets more out of people because she just forces.
Yeah, but
it
I'll
in.
never, ever buy her something else.
Here's the thing: my older sister, she manages all the parent gifts. You got to have one of those
You know,
sisters, right?
she's a great gift giver.
Great gift. But I know if somebody plays tag team management for these types of gifts, you immediately not only PayPal your half immediately, you also include taxes. That's how you don't have to
Yeah,
buy the gift
true.
wrap. But our little sister Summer is the weakest link. She does
All
not pay.
I know
Multiple
is
reminders.
if I pay before Summer does, I'm good. And I always
that means you
beat
just have
Summer.
to pay at one time. Summer, yeah. So then now Ash says you're all on your own, which means we all have to buy gift wrap and our own lame gift.
You
I got
know-
mom. What'd you get mom for Mother's Day?
She wanted that little stamp
Did you buy
thing.
it?
And I know because she actually just sent me the image. I have to find it. And I found this cookie cutter set, and it was like the ultimate crafter, is what it says.
So you're doing cookies or giving her the
Both.
smart?
Something
I got
from the
her.
hat.
Tell me if this is lame. She
Lame.
likes Coach. It was a.
What are you doing?
It was. I'm sorry. I had a late.
What is it?
I got targeted an ad, and as soon as I clicked the
A
order button,
ladybug?
no, it's a journal with bees on the outside and the Coach logo,
A journal?
like a paper, like a notepad.
what am I going to do with you?
What are you supposed to buy somebody who has everything?
It was supposed to. That's great.
Ah.
Her nickname is B.
We don't call her that, but my cousins do. They call her Aunt B. And she likes bees. And she likes Coach, I think. And who doesn't like taking a few notes?
It is like, I didn't see her as a journaler.
Wait, it was a notepad?
Journaling.
You don't like journaling? Whatever. Write down your shopping list. It was just a pad of paper.
Now it seems less heartfelt.
I don't. What are you supposed to get them?
I don't know. My ears hurt from my glasses. I'm gonna have to wear one.
You know, Corey isn't fake having to pick up her kid now because she's letting the podcast go. Stop laughing.
Okay, we should let them go. This is getting long in the tooth.
That's not good.